Bronco Nation? Welcome to the Bronco Fans Roundup. I am Carter Davis. I'm here with Chase Clorfield. Evan is not here because he has decided that he doesn't like us anymore and wants to make up lies about trees falling on power lines.
That's the vibes I'm getting, you know?
I really don't think he wants to be a part of this. I think the podcast might be over because Evan is lazy. So
please direct hate here. Right there.
Go to his ex right there and yell at him. Then don't say that we sent you. Just yell at him. So that'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Just yell at him. But today it'll just be Chase and I. We're going to be talking about New Mexico. We're going to be talking about UNLV. We're going to be talking about our top 25. And we're just going to riff off of each other. Probably be a shorter one, but it might be better. Who knows?
Depends on how many tangents we go on.
Exactly. Depends on how many rabbit holes we end up finding along the way. But we're going to start with New Mexico. We're going to do good, bad, ugly. Chase, anything off the top of your head before we start digging deep into it?
That game had a weird feeling from the beginning. And why does Jason Eck look like Chris Griffin from Family Guy? You saw that on X?
I didn't see that, but that's so funny. I didn't see that.
It was gret.
That's
you were at the game. Like, what was the vibe in the stadium like?
You know what? The vibe was a little off.
Yeah.
I think, and it kind of goes to the fans leaving at halftime, which I have mixed opinions about. But I think, I think back in the day, the Kellen Moore days when we were on ESPN and we were like trying to prove ourselves, a lot of people didn't care about late kickoffs. But now that we've kind of gotten away from it, it's almost like people don't want to stick around.
Spoiled fan base. We don't want to deal with
it. Kind of feels that way because I definitely was having a good time. It definitely seemed like a lot of people were having a good time. But I think just it being New Mexico, it being late, it being cold, and then it started raining randomly, which I didn't know was supposed to rain. Sure most people didn't think that.
Yeah.
I think that kind of left to people leaving early, but I think the vibe just wasn't there. I don't think it was anything to do with what the staff were doing, like with the lights, with the music and all that. I just think people didn't care. Like, it was New Mexico. And then when we came out flat, it kind of pissed people off and gave people a reason to just kind of bail.
Well, and here's some intel that I have not shared anywhere. There was a recruit. There's a lot of recruits there, but there's a class of 2027 linebacker from Kimberly, Idaho, named Titus Osterman, who was on an unofficial visit there. He's one of my students. I teach him.
I feel like I'm not going to like this.
I asked how the visit, and he gave me a 2 thumbs down. And you don't hear that. You don't see that very often from these recruits on visits. And he's a kid who visited Utah State a few weeks ago. He's got an offer from Washington. He's got quite a few offers, and it was, I don't know, the vibes were off.
Yeah, he didn't give a reason why. He was just
and I just kind of chatted with him briefly, but I could definitely chat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to air out his laundry, but I mean, the game was weird. It definitely, the second half was better because the offense picked it up, but the beginning was just off. So I'm not sure why. I'm just not sure why.
Yeah, and you cannot convince me Eck didn't know the point spread.
Yeah,
that 2-point conversion at the end, he knew it. It was 16.5. He knew it.
He might have been betting. He's like, if we're gonna lose, I'm gonna make sure we lose by the exact amount. But that's that's disappointing. But that doesn't surprise me. I really hope that other guys didn't have that feeling. I know I've seen some articles from some other recruits that said they had a good time. Maybe just for some reason that guy didn't blend. Who's to say?
Yeah, and I think he's kind of I don't know if he was super excited about Boise State as much as maybe other in-state recruits we think should be, right? I think there's some of that. Anyways.
The game was weird, but let's
good bad ugly.
Good bad ugly. We'll start with the offense. What's your good for the offense there, Chase?
I really like their response to things, right? Like, stuff's not working. They can't do anything. Like, nothing is doesn't matter. I mean, the formula to beat Boise State is out there now, right? We talked about this at the halftime show. You stack the box, really oversell stopping the run, and challenge Maddox to beat you while playing a lot of one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
And Mexico's defensive backs did an okay job, right? We had a few drops, You know, I had 2 or 3 drops in that first half, but I will say the response when things got going, it got going. Like it snowballed positively, right?
Yeah.
And you ended up putting up 41 points. You know, I like their response in that second half.
Yeah, yeah. My good would be, the perseverance of, sticking to what we know. The run game we'll get to, and the offense in the first
Yeah.
half we'll get to. But I think the perseverance of not overreacting and not trying to force a square peg in a round hole of like, let's
Yeah.
change up the offense, let's try to do different things. They stuck to it. They wore out New Mexico, and then it really showed in the fourth quarter. I think
Yeah.
people would have preferred it to show up earlier, but I would prefer it in the fourth quarter than not at all. So
Yeah, just grind them down to the, and I'm
yeah.
looking at the box right now, the box score. Penalties, Boise State had 7 for 50, so way better than the last game. Way better.
Yeah. But when we get to the point of trying to nitpick how many penalties and like
I
at least
know.
it wasn't the Air Force game, it's like
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, I think with the last thing on the good with the offense, because that really seems like it was limited, is that they just stuck with it. They
Mm-hmm.
got the ball to the playmakers, and eventually I think talent just beat out scheming.
What it came down to, the difference between that one Notre Dame was the talent. Huge
I
talent
think so.
difference, right? We ground them down, and eventually they ran out of dudes that could. I mean, they had a couple of guys. I forget the name, but was a Booker, like that big D tackle, like the big dude. He was everywhere. And then Jackson Eck, the coach's son, that guy had like a billion tackles, and
he's a baller.
His arms were bleeding. Like he was. They had some studs. Like they had some good players.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was trying to show up for his dad.
Oh, for
Trying to
sure.
be like, at least I'm trying my best out here.
At least
but
I'm trying. Yeah.
we'll go to the bad. What's your bad? What was bad about the Boise State offense? Do you think?
I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Like it just seems like the lack of attention to detail. Like, and what I mean by that is like Boise State is so close to. They should have dropped 60+ points on that team.
Yeah,
right? At
absolutely.
least.
Absolutely.
But it was the small things. Oh, we missed a block here. Oh, we missed this route. Oh, we had this drop here. Oh, we had this penalty in a key moment. Like we can't convert a turnover that we essentially got the ball in the red zone right off the bat. Like just this attention to detail is missing.
Yeah.
I don't think, it's always you go on the internet, especially X, and it's like, oh, we're so awful. Fire everyone.
Don't even.
Blah, blah, blah. They're close. Like it's just small things. And it's a culture of discipline or lack there. I don't know. It's just the small things that I think are really dragging this team down.
Yeah, I don't want to mix up my bads and my uglies. So yeah, the bad I think was just my bad is just coming out flat.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and I think that I really think that was the start of the weird night. Because if Boise State, because when they got that fumble in the red zone, place was going crazy. It was a great time. You could feel the energy. People were having a good time. But then you get the field goal. It's like, that's not what we wanted. That's not what you should get against a team like New Mexico. And then you get the interception. It's like, okay, touchdown this time.
Yeah, let's
I'm
go.
pretty sure they didn't even score on that. Like, or did they get another field? Yeah.
No, I don't think it was 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that's where the night got weird. And I think that's where people got complacent and got pissed off. And really, I think patience just wore thin super quickly. Is that they just didn't come out ready, or they just didn't come out with a fire. I don't know if they were also looking past New Mexico. I mean, I don't know, but it definitely felt like once the offense started playing flat, everything was flat. Nobody cared that the defense was kind of holding them to doing nothing. Nobody cared that, the offense was moving the ball a little bit, but then just kind of sputtered. It was always just the negatives, and then just the vibe got killed.
Yeah.
And then it just snowballed. And that's where I think that's a big piece of why people left early. I'm not saying it's a good reason, but if things stacked up like they did, people are going to want to leave. So that's my bad, is just lack of energy coming out of the gate. You can't have that.
Absolutely. My ugly, and I have the stats in front of me. Okay, tell me, if you know nothing about this game, I'm going to tell you the stats. Ready?
Yeah.
Total yards 397 to 231 in favor of Boise State.
Okay.
Right. Rushing yards 161 to 49 in favor of Boise State. Passing 236 to 182 in favor of Boise State.
Yeah.
First downs 27 to 11.
Jesus.
Okay. Third down efficiency 7 of 18 to 4 of 13. Time of possession. Boise State had the ball for 40 minutes and 35 seconds. New Mexico for only 19 minutes and 25 seconds. So more than double.
God.
If I were to tell you those stats and you knew nothing about the game, how bad would you think Boise State won that game?
A blowout, like legit 50 burger to nothing. Like that's just that is an ugly stat line especially when you watch that game. That's disgusting to hear that.
It's disgusting. Like that's Boise State did everything it needed to in terms of time of possession, defense. Maybe we'd like to see a little bit more from the offense, which we talked about. But my ugly is, I mean, we are talking about the offense, and it kind of goes what you're saying, like the not capitalizing on those opportunities.
Yeah.
Just this inability to soundly defeat and soundly cow a inferior team.
Yeah, that's
that was
my ugly. That's my ugly too, of just playing down to teams we shouldn't play down to. That's why my bad and ugly are kind of mixing. It's coming out slow.
It's kinda,
but then it goes into the second half of like New Mexico took the lead. Like there was Lobo fans celebrating in the south end zone where I was. Like that can't happen. Like I don't understand playing down to a team.
They should be sitting there quiet and miserable while it rains on them.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the ugly. It's just the offense just looking ugly, just being ugly. And then when people left, not many people were there to watch the revival. But it shouldn't take a whole first half. I do eventually want to talk about people's mentality, but we'll wait till after the game. Good, bad, uglies, because I have something I want to say to people that I think might be interesting. But we'll move on. We'll move on to the defense here. Defense, I think overall, I think they've been playing amazing the past. Every week they're getting better.
Absolutely.
And I think it was really overshadowed by the offense, how good the defense was playing. Because when New Mexico took the lead, it's like, God, everything sucks. But it's like that kickoff happened.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give up 7 points in one half, it's like you can only stop a team so much. Like,
Well, and my good is the pressure on the quarterback. We talked about it, like we've been so close, we haven't been able to pressure on. They destroyed Jack Lane. You know how many times he was hit, the sacks, like he had a rough night. A rough night on the blue, and he was physically beat up. You could tell. It was nice to see. And there were a few blitzes, but Jaden Virgin Morgan, penalty aside, he had a phenomenal game. I mean, he was living in the backfield. It was good to see him kind of come. He's kind of been a non-factor. Like we haven't talked to him much.
No, he was supposed to.
Good to see that pressure. Yeah, for sure.
He was supposed to be the key piece, and so this was a good game. Yeah, my good. I think it's the secondary again. I mean, Boise State put out a graphic today of the past 3 games. They've held the respective teams they played to the lowest pass yards of the season. And so I think the secondary just took another step, because I'm pretty sure they got 2 interceptions this game, or was it only 1?
It was 2.
Yeah. So, I mean, last year we didn't have an interception until the Wazoo game, which was at least near halfway through the season, or 4th or 5th game. And now we're getting 2 a game. We had 2 against App State. We didn't have any against Notre Dame, but still held them to under 200 yards. So I think this secondary is the good. It is building momentum game from game from game. And I think it's building momentum at the perfect time.
And to illustrate your point, here's a stat I found on X. Boise State, after the third game of the season, was ranked 85th passing defense. Now they moved up to 32nd nationally to passing defense. That just illustrates the point.
Yeah, and people could say you're playing lesser talent, but I mean, App State had one of the top 5 pass offenses in the country. Notre Dame is Notre Dame. I mean, CJ Carr, I don't think is the best quarterback in the world, but he's the starting quarterback for Notre Dame.
Have some stud receivers.
They had some studs there. New Mexico, in our last podcast, I said probably didn't have the best offense in the world, but if you hold a pass offense under 200 passing yards, that's a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these guys are building momentum, and it is the perfect time to do it. Yeah. So, I mean, that's my good, is this secondary. I'm surprised I'm saying that, but I think that was really the key piece to the night, was that secondary.
Yeah, they absolutely kept, and it's funny. I got the front seven, you got the secondary, the combination. That's what kept with Boise State in it through that lack of energy, enthusiasm, whatever you want to call it.
No, for sure. Yeah. So, moving on to the bad. I mean, is there a bad? You got something on your mind?
Third and long again. It just feels almost automatic, right? We get it was the second half. We get that 3-and-out stop. Then we get that stupid penalty, and they go down and score. There are a few other third longs. We're like, well, they're gonna. I mean, this still allowing. I understand a 3rd and 2, a 3rd and 3.
Yeah.
When it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 11, we should not be allowing teams to convert as often as they are, and we saw a little bit of that on Saturday night.
Yeah, I guess that would be a blend of my bad and ugly. It's just the continued penalties, because I mean, if you take those away, New Mexico probably doesn't score that second. Did they even score the second half?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I was about to, it's hard to remember. Yeah, but it's like that probably doesn't happen. And so it that does go into the team as a whole, but it's, I mean, with how good the defense played, that's really all you can pick at is like, hey, just more undisciplined play from a team and from a defense that could be better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't really have ugly. I guess, I mean, kind of blended, like you said, the penalties, just the JVM, the 15-yarder.
Yeah.
Made a stop, and then and that goes back to some of that lack of attention to detail sort of situation across the board. But
but I mean, if you're picking at penalties for the defense after the defense we saw the first few weeks, like I'll take it. I'll take a 15-yard penalty instead of 300 yards passing and deep bombs. So
yeah, no, absolutely,
is what it is. Now, moving on to, I believe, it's significant teams now, or did it get canceled out due to the kickoff?
So the kickoff, but we also hit a 50-yard field goal, and we had that fire touchdown pass from our punter to Grizzle. Significant?
I think significant. I think the 2 touchdowns balance
Evan's
out.
not here to make the call, but we'll allow it.
Yeah, we'll put significant with an asterisk where the actual guy shows up next week. Hopefully, he can give his opinion. But Chase and I think the touchdowns even it out. Then the field goal, 50-yard field goal,
50-yarder.
Yeah. So I think my good, I think it's just better execution, even though the kickoff. But I mean, if you have a fire drill like that and you score a touchdown, awesome. I think,
like how many times do they practice that and practice a lot?
Yeah.
And then what happens at the game? You never score. It's always a disaster. So I mean,
exactly.
Oscar Doyle drops a freaking dime.
It's a beauty.
Grizzle. I mean, just over the
shoulder,
just gorgeous.
QB1. And how many times does a team practice something like that and it never happens? And players probably think this is never going to happen. I'm not going to try. So for Doyle and Grizzle to lock in on probably a once in a season type of play, I think just shout out to those guys. Shout out to the special teams coaches repping that, just getting it out there. And then I think punts were good. I don't remember any bad punts.
No, there was one late in the second quarter where New Mexico called a timeout to try and get the ball back, and Doyle pinned him deep in that coffin corner, like inside the 5, and they just nailed it down and instead of trying to. So there's some great punts.
Yeah. So I mean, besides the kickoff, which is weird, but I think significant teams. I'd say the kickoff was my bad and ugly. I can't really think of anything else.
No, I'm with you, and it's just like, was that just a missed kick? Because we've been kicking it out the back of the end zone. We've been nailing pylons in the back of the end zone, right?
Like, and you know what? Yeah, listening to the Danielson press conference today, I kind of got the vibe that we've been doing so many touchbacks, the players come to expect it. So when it doesn't happen,
oh crap, I gotta go.
Yeah, I have to go. It's like, which is not good.
I'm out of position now.
Yeah, I'm out of position. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Oh no, a lane's there. Oh no, it's gone. Like, if it happens so much, I get it. We're human. It just is what it is. But it's just a horrible time to not be paying attention.
Well, yeah, and that was the one time we've seen it happen this year. I mean, we remember the Oregon game last year, so maybe there's some PTSD, some triggering of memories and emotions there when we see that happen again.
Yeah, and I think it's just been a buildup of special teams woes all season.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, oh, of course, another thing. When in reality, it's just like it hasn't been happening because there's been so many touchbacks. So
yeah,
Yeah, but I'm not going to blame them too harsh just because so many other things went good. But
okay, so I want to ask you something. This is not really really good, bad, or ugly. There were 4, 5, maybe even 6 times I felt like New Mexico's left tackle and that tight end over there jumped when they were on offense. Like clear false starts.
Yes,
that were called like 5 or 6 times, right?
Yes, I'm in the south end zone, so sometimes in section 32, so it's kind of lower. But there was many times where I thought guys were twitching, were moving, and they just weren't calling it. So
the one touchdown play in the first half, their left tackle was like up and already blocking like a second before the ball was snapped. Like it just, I watched it. I'm like, was he in motion? Like what happened?
Yeah, the refs, I don't think, for some reason the refs weren't on top of that because I definitely thought New Mexico moved. I thought the stadium was loud enough most of the time that we definitely got them once or twice. I think the right guard at least twitched a few times too, but I mean, I don't know. For some reason,
make sure it wasn't taking crazy pills because it was.
Yeah, no, it could be like the Eagles tush push thing where they just don't care when the Eagles right guard is already in the face mask of the defensive tackle before they snap the ball.
He's biting his nose already.
He's already there. I mean, he's already there. But this is kind of off the cuff here, but I kind of have an ugly, but it's for the fan base as a whole.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes to this spoiled attitude thing, but it's something I saw today of people talking about the game and why they left. And some people are like, oh, well, if you're going to come out in the first half like that, then I'm just going to leave. And I remember something from back during the Kellen Moore days where people would leave because the team was winning by so much that they didn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
And now the team is losing or winning barely, and you're pissed off, and so you leave. And so that's why I love Bronco Nation so much, but sometimes it pisses me off more than any other fan base.
So what's the threshold? Is it 15? Right, 10 to 15 lead, you're going to stay? Like what's
exactly. Like what do you want? You don't want them to win by too much or you're going to go home, but you also don't want them to be playing bad enough or you're going to go home. And so it's just this weird attitude of like, just support the team, be there for the team, be there at the game. Like, why does it have to fit this mold of what you think Bronco football should be? Yeah. Bronco football is what we're watching. If they're getting penalties, that sucks. But to say, oh, they're not as disciplined as they used to be, so I'm not going to watch, or, oh, they aren't playing as good as I think they should be, so I'm going to leave. It's just like, I don't understand it. Like, if you say, I was disappointed, but I was going to stay, but then it started raining and I didn't have a jacket and my wife was cold or my kids were crying or whatever, that's fine. And I also get it was parent weekend. People can be in the comments, whatever. I get all of the reasons. Nobody's ever stating those reasons. Everybody's giving out generics like, oh, they need to come out better. They need to play better. I'm not going to stay and waste my time if they're not playing. It's like, if they play too good, you leave. If they play too bad, you leave. It's like, well, you're just... It is the definition of like a fair weather fan, but not really, because fair weather fans stay when the winning happens. So I just don't get it. I don't know if you have the same feeling, but it's just like, guys, it can't be too good or too bad. It has to be right in the middle. Like, I just don't.
Well, and I say Boise State's fans are spoiled, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, there's been a lot of really good football teams and phenomenal wins and trophies and big bowl games and stuff. And it's just like the attitude of, it's not good enough for me. Or, it just, I don't get it. Like and I might be in the minority, but I crave college football at all times. And when it's the off season, we don't have it.
Exactly.
I don't care if Boise State's losing by 100 or winning by 1,000,000. Like, soak it in. I just, that mentality. I don't understand that mentality.
Yeah, I'll be in those stands whether they're 12-0 or 0-12. But I just it's so weird that we have to constantly have conversations about the fan base, either not showing up to the games, leaving early. Like, are we just so bored with the team that we need something to complain about? Like, I don't know. I'm just so tired of people just saying, like, the fan base is too old. The fan base is too young and they want to go to the bars. They leave too early. Like, they don't make enough noise. It's like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling at this point. But
what else are you doing on a Saturday night?
Exactly. So I just don't get it. Like, if you're one of those people that just, like, they didn't play good enough, so I leave, just be like, if you don't like football, just say it.
Yeah.
If you want to watch from home, just watch from home. I would rather the game not be sold out and have people that would want to be there versus it being sold out and then you leave. And then we have to have conversations like this.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't know, but we'll put New Mexico behind us, and
Yep.
I'm sure we're going to put this drama behind us because our next game is UNLV.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to be there, 1:30 p.m. this coming Saturday. People are going to be excited. People are already complaining about it being a blackout at 1:30 p.m. So just another fun thing to talk about. But Chase, what do you think about the Rebels? How do you feel about this game? Let's dig into it. What's going on?
You and I had a little bit of conversation before we started recording tonight, and I, looking at some of the stats, some we discussed, and also intuition, gut feeling.
Yeah.
I think this game is not going to be close. I think Boise State, and we may be eating crow, as you said, Carter.
Yep.
I
Somebody
think
might
Boise
clip
State
this, but
is going to hammer them, like a solid, like maybe not Appalachian State type of domination, but I think Boise State's going to get a very solid, resounding win.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. And you're talking about stats, and I got stats in front of me, so I can
let's
just
talk about stats.
Yeah, I can start diving into it. Let's start with I definitely agree with you. I don't think UNLV is the team that they were last year. I also don't think Boise State is the team they were last year, but I think there has been a significant drop off on one side and not really that much on the other. So let's dig into it. So obviously UNLV, the key is their offense, of course. Like that's just what it is. I mean, they have this kind of surprised me, but their pass offense is 57th in the country, and their rush offense is 31 in the country, averaging to the 32nd best offense in the country. So obviously, Dan Mullen has the offense cooking in Vegas. Calandria, I think, is a deadly dual threat quarterback. But let's also put into perspective, Boise State has the 22nd best offense, and people hate our offense. So let's not.
And what's his name? Jaden Thomas, that running back. He's a stud. He's a beast.
Yeah,
he's a monster.
Jaden Jet Thomas. Yeah, he is a beast, and he carries people, and he does not go down easy. So that I could definitely see a Thomas long run for a touchdown, just because we're not
missed tackles. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, yeah, honestly, watching the UNLV offense, it really seems like it's Thomas or it's Calandria trying to make a play. It doesn't seem like they're very dominant in long, consistent drives. It's them picking on bad defenses like Air Force and then hoping their defense isn't as bad, which I remember I put out a tweet that UNLV and Air Force were fighting to see who has the worst defense, and it was Air Force.
What was the final score? Like 51-46 or something?
I was 51-48 because Air Force missed a last-second field goal to tie.
You're right.
Yep. And so, yeah, it was Air Force that had the worst defense by one drive. It was one of those games where the last person that has the ball probably is going to win the game, except Air Force had a chance. But that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Unless you miss a field goal. But, yeah, so the Rebel offense, this game is going to be which is more dominant, the Rebel offense or the Bronco defense, because turning to the Rebel defense, they are trash. They are terrible. Like, they have the 123rd ranked defense in the country, with the 116th best pass defense and the 121st ranked rush defense.
And let me add that in more perspective too, because here's the stats I looked at. We were both doing some stat crunching here. UNLV, the teams it has beaten this year are a combined 11-26. Yeah. Including 0-6 Sam Houston State, probably the worst team in the FBS.
And they fought Sam Houston.
Yeah, and that final score was, I'm looking at it right here, 38-21. Okay.
That final score is deceiving because I watched that game and there was definitely some chances that Sam Houston had.
Well, and their best wins, Miami of Ohio and Wyoming are both 3-3.
Yeah, and Miami of Ohio, they only won by a field goal.
So they're putting up good offensive numbers against not great teams.
Terrible teams.
And their defense is getting beaten
eviscerated
solidly by not great teams.
Yeah, just eviscerated. And I think
again, that's the perspective, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously every game is different. The UNLV defense could come out and lock down because the New Mexico defense wasn't that much better, and they stuffed us in the first half. So this isn't to say that we're going to put up 500 yards on UNLV.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there is a clear talent difference between the offensive and defensive side of the ball when it comes to UNLV. But also, this team is the luckiest team I've ever seen in my life. I mean, Air Force coming out. I watched that whole game. First play of the second half, 15 minutes still on the clock. First play by Air Force, they fumble in the red zone. UNLV gets it, scores a touchdown, ties the game. It's like I don't understand how a team they beat Wyoming because they blocked 2 punts. That's on Wyoming for not locking down their punt team, but
look
blocking
at this.
2 punts is
barely
crazy.
beat Idaho State by 7.
Yeah.
Sam Houston State, they won by 17, 38-21. UCLA by a touchdown. Miami, Ohio by 3 points.
And that UCLA team was back when they were trash. That was trash UCLA. Now that all of a sudden they switched up, they're apparently so great. But that was back when they were bad. So, it's just they're beating. And, good teams find ways to win close games. I totally get that. But those games should not be close. You should not be close with Air Force. Like, we fought Air Force, and we still won by double digits. Like, I bet if we play Wyoming, we would win by double digits. We would beat Miami of Ohio by double digits. Like, they really seem like the definition of a paper tiger. And I hope this doesn't come back to bite me. But this is not the UNLV team of last year.
No.
And I think it's clear. I think people can see that. And I really think that it'll come down to the Bronco defense stopping Calandria. But I think they can do it. And I think that's why I said earlier, that's why the secondary carrying this momentum is perfect timing. Because after UNLV and Calandria, I'm pretty sure. Let me look up because I'm pretty sure this is the biggest game. Maybe Fresno State, San Diego State. Yeah, Fresno State and San Diego State seem to be a lot
San Diego
better.
State's playing well right now.
Yeah, that surprises me. So. But really, like, on paper, this is the biggest game for the rest of the season. San Diego State obviously could surprise us if they keep winning. Fresno, weird loss against Colorado State. Don't know how that happened.
That was weird.
Yeah, so that's weird. But, I mean, really after this, I think we beat every other team by 10+. And I think we beat UNLV by 10+. But I think UNLV still has the talent to keep it close. I don't think they will because of their execution, but they have the talent.
What do you think? I'm thinking like a 45-28, 45.
That's exactly
30-ish. That sort of. Range.
I could maybe give it a 38-28, 38-21 type of thing. Maybe just because we still lack execution. But I think just the front seven is too good. I think the only way UNLV scores more points is if our tackling and execution are off, or
if we give up a kickoff touchdown or some turnovers and a key area.
I mean, really, just people looked at this game like it was going to be the Mountain West game of the year when the season started, and it's definitely lost its luster because UNLV doesn't look good, and we don't look great either, but. Definitely not the team from last year. Definitely not the team to worry about. So, I think we win by multiple touchdowns.
And I will be there. I know you're going to be there, right?
Yes, sir. I will be there
in the stadium. It's for my game this year, so I'm excited to be there.
Yeah, no, it'll be a good time. I think people will carry over the energy from last year, so it'll definitely be better. Even though the game probably doesn't deserve it, but it'll definitely be better.
No, absolutely. And to me, it's leading up to it. It's got a similar vibe of Appalachian State. Like, people are excited, like there's some like nervous excitement, and the team performed well with that kind of emotion mix happening. So
for sure, so I think this should be what people comment on if they do comment. Let us know what you think about UNLV. Let us know if you think we're crazy, if you think they beat us, what do you think? What do you think about this UNLV team and how they've been playing this year? Leave a comment. Reach out to us on X. Let us know what you think.
Last thing, we did do our top 25.
Sir.
Evan sent his, and so ChatGPT was being uncooperative tonight for me to put that graphic together. So you get a boring Word
document, but you still get to see it.
It is so interesting enough. We have BYU and Notre Dame were ranked even. They both got 13th. So I know normally they would do like a 13 and a 14, and
I mean usually it'd be separated by that makes total sense. I mean convicts and Mormons. So Catholics and Mormons. For some reason I thought Miami.
They're up there too. Oregon dropped a little bit, 7, but man, are you prepared to talk to your children about number 3 ranked Indiana?
I can't wait to talk to Jameson about Indiana, because Indiana going into autumn, and
they're looking good.
They're looking good. That surprises me because last year people were dogging on him, and I was like, "This is a one-year wonder." But Curt Cignetti is just putting together a program over in Indiana.
Get any job he wants in the country right now.
Honestly, I hope he doesn't. I hope he stays.
I want to see
a
dynasty.
I want to see a Big Ten champion Indiana.
Yeah.
I want to mix up, but I mean, yeah, the rest of it looks good. Just Ohio State, Miami, Indiana. Yeah, that all looks good.
I think we all have
given Ole Miss.
I think our top like 6 or 7 were the same for us 3.
Yeah, no.
Texas is back in there, even though they just beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma's still ahead. There's a lot of ground to make up, I think, was the difference.
I mean, I doubt Texas finishes ranked. I think I think both teams play different for the Red Ripper, but I doubt all of a sudden this is the turnaround moment for the Longhorns.
And here's Evan's playoff G5 playoff team, USF.
No, that makes sense.
They're looking good.
They're looking good. I mean, North Texas was looking good, and they put up 60 on North Texas.
Yeah, and that second half, so you're turning it on in the second half.
Yeah, I think USF is really gonna, at the end of the year, people are gonna look back at that USF game and be like, you know what, makes sense. Like, still don't love the score, but I'd rather them be ranked 14th than 3-3 right now.
No, absolutely. So
yeah, and whoever voted for UNLV should not be allowed back into the podcast.
Yeah, that would be Evan.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't be a part of this anymore.
Maybe that's why he bailed. Maybe
he was embarrassed by his pick because he wants to somehow give UNLV a ranking when they just don't deserve it.
Yep. Absolutely.
So that was top 25. So that's about it. Maybe in the comments, leave your own top 25. What do you think about it? Are we stupid? Yeah. Are we smart? Let us know. Let us know if we should apply for jobs anywhere, because maybe. I could be an analyst. I love looking at stats a little bit. But this was the Bronco Fans Roundup. We definitely hope that you enjoyed the dynamic duo tonight. Sorry, Evan couldn't be here with his energy, but we had some good analysis. Chase, any final words on anything?
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Fantastic. Yes.